Welcome to the NBA Finals and welcome back to TBM Sports, everyone, as we break down the exciting matchup we have with the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting the Indiana Pacers. And we're going to break this game down. We're going to ask ourselves a few questions before we get going. And the first thing I need you guys to do, if you are watching this video, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, okay? We are on the quest to 10,000 subscribers. I do appreciate all the returning subscribers tuning in. As always, we are going to try to get over 200 likes in this video as well. So hit those thumbs up. Let's get it going. And we will kind of get into this matchup where for the Indiana Pacers, first appearance since the 2000 year. And for the Oklahoma City Thunder, we got to go back to 2012, the last time that they did have an appearance here in the NBA Finals. And that's where they were losers. Great series against the Miami Heat. I think that the Heat ended up winning in 5 games, so not so much for an outcome, but that's kind of where we saw, Kevin Durant, I believe James Harden, and that was back when they had Ibaka and Russell Westbrook in their prime. And that was probably one of the best little NBA rosters ever constructed. And I think you could say the same thing about the Miami Heat, as always, Chris Bosh, LeBron, and Dwayne Wade. But enough with the yearbooks. Let's close that. Let's get into the present day. And we got to ask ourselves 2 questions, okay? First and foremost, do the Indiana Pacers have a shot in hell? And secondly, what better matchup could you have asked for? Okay, because me personally, I think that this is great having non-major markets in terms of the media. I love seeing these media markets kind of get pissed off, kind of hoping that we do get a great 7-game series and nobody chooses to watch it, okay, because everybody wants to see the Lakers and the Celtics. They want to see those storied franchise with huge media draws, but not so much here with the Thunder and the Pacers squaring off. And it's going to come as kind of bittersweet to me. I am a Cavs fan at heart. Wish they were in the NBA Finals. I think they would have taken care of the Knicks. Or if we would have played, just kind of the Pacers in different circumstances, I think that they would have got the job done. But nice little choke job by the Cleveland Cavaliers once again. And so we tip our cap to the Pacers. Moving on, and full disclosure, the Pacers, I think on the series last series out, going against the Knicks, probably one of the most profitable runs I've been on in the NBA, I think in my betting history all time, just backing Pacers money line. And basically, I think 6 of the 7 games, I ended up taking the Pacers money line. I think 3 of those came at plus money, Pacers team total. It was very fruitful, okay? So we're going to try to keep that one going. Let's get into the picks, and to do so, we are going to use Outlier to break it all down. If you guys are not using Outlier, I highly recommend it. They are a partner of the channel, but if you do use my link down below, you get a 7-day free trial. Cancel anytime, but if you aren't using Outlier, I think you're at a significant disadvantage if you are playing the props. There's no reason in hell that you have to pay minus 130 when you can find the same prop offered at minus 115 or even minus 110 in the market. It doesn't always just kind of give you the best number. There are a lot of things, historical basis, trends, data analytics, AI-driven platform as well. So check out Outlier and what they have to offer. Do not overpay for the juice, okay? So let's get into the card. We are going to break this down. First and foremost, what we're going to be looking at, and thanks for bearing with me. My allergies are absolutely atrocious right now, so I do apologize. You might even see some snot running down my face in this stream, but I can't quit golfing. So I'm on steroids. I'm on medication. Just nothing seemingly is working. So I promise you I am sleeping. I am getting enough rest. It's all allergies going on. So please bear with me for the duration of this video, and we'll get you guys on your way. All right, so looking at the numbers, okay, we do see the Pacers coming in at plus 360 on the money line. 230.5 is what we look at the total. We're going to talk about some of the regular season matchups as well. The Pacers are kind of an overwhelming dog if we look at the handle here in terms of the spread. So you call it the smart money, whatever you want to call it, the over and slightly to the over and the Oklahoma City minus 9.5 is kind of where we see the money headed early on. Okay, so let's talk about my picks. All right, first and foremost, we are going to look into kind of what we've been calling. This will basically be Old Faithful for me. Team props here for the Indiana Pacers, all right? And it's somewhat a hedge, too, if the Pacers do play out, they do show up and they win. We're going to take them over 109.5 points, okay? That will be a team total bet for the Pacers here. You can find that here at -112. They've cashed this in 70% of their last 10 games. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they play a suffocating defense. By the numbers, efficiency-wise, they are the #1 defensive team in the NBA, and that's something where we look into that. Secondly, we're going to look into the full game total, okay? And this is something, as we've seen throughout the regular season, okay, we saw the head-to-head 2-0 to the over in the regular season. We saw 2 contests. We were back in this. It was 234, and then we did see one that did range 243 in that second matchup. Okay, so 2 spots we got over the total of 230. There could be some rust here on the Oklahoma City Thunder. So for all you Pacers backers out there at +9.5, that did cash in 80% of their last 10 games. Definitely could play a role within the Thunder being a little bit rusty here in this game 1. If the Pacers are going to steal a game in Oklahoma City, I would definitely target this one if you are a Pacers backer. But we're going to go full game total over 230.5 as kind of my second play in this contest. All right. Next thing I like, we're going to look into kind of the first half market. The Thunder have been very efficient here in the first half. We'll look at the first half spread. You can see the Oklahoma City Thunder, as we've seen them and played them and we backed them a lot, 4.5 at -134, okay? It's kind of a steep price for a first half market. If you want to find a flat 5, you can find that in the odds board. A little bit better price, but I think 4.5 at -34 is what we're going to lead to, okay? We look at kind of the Thunder here in game 1s, okay, against Denver. They led by 32 in game 1. They have a very good efficiency net rating at home. And I think that as we look in kind of the pace that Indiana plays with, it could play into the Thunder's favor, okay? If the Pacers aren't making shots, they play a little bit more timid. The stage is a little bit too big. I think the Thunder could be up 10 at halftime. So let's go first half Oklahoma City, -4.5 at -134. I kind of like that better than any side for the full game. That will be my bet. If anything, I do lean Thunder -9.5. And that's kind of how I'm going to be approaching the side and total from an overall standpoint. So first half Thunder -4.5. We're going to take the over 230.5, as well as you can find 230s out there if you do shop around. So the over 230, and then team total for the Pacers over 109.5. Kind of a hedge where we could hit them all, but it's also something where if the Pacers do win the game, they compete, still goes over the total. You're not going to have to worry about covering the full game. A little bit of a backdoor opportunity, but I still like the Pacers going over 109. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is Pascal Siakam, somebody that I am targeting from a rebound perspective. It does give me some pause, though, because we have looked in his past data, and he has been over the total, okay, that he's set at today. 6.5 on DraftKings at +105. He's only hit this in one game over his last 10, spanning that number out. I just think that this is something where he could bounce back. I think that with the twin 7-footers that we see with the Thunder, he's going to have to be on the glass. Okay, so I look for him to be active. It's plus money there over 6.5. I'm not going to bet it, but it's just something that I do like. It's more so a lean in this category. Okay, next one, if we are going to talk about rebounds, I do want to bring up somebody into the conversation, and this is Chet Holmgren. Okay, there's somebody that is going to have to be kind of on his game. I think it sets up for a Chet Holmgren kind of series going against the Pacers. Okay, so his points, rebounds, and assists, you can find us here over 27.5 at -110. That will be the bet that we are making here. 27.5. We've seen this. He's hit this in 3 of his last 4. Very marginally. Okay, 28, 29, and 29. So the number's set right where it needs to be. But if we look at kind of the head-to-head, and this is the beauty of Outlier. Okay, he's hit this in in 2024 when they did play in the regular season. Hit this in 42% of the games. You kind of look at kind of what he did against the Pacers, and I'm going to show kind of what I'm looking at if I can find it here. Okay, and this would be the head-to-head. As we look at a matchup back on March 12th of 2024, he had 31 Also, April 5th of 2024. So this is dating back, a long time ago. This was in the previous season, but it's something where I just think that there's a lot more opportunity for Chet Holmgren going against this Pacers club. It's not relevant because it's not this season, but I do think that Chet Holmgren going over 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is something where I think that it hasn't been too profitable if you want to bet him, in the 2025 campaign. If we look at the last 20 games, it's only hit 50% of the time. It has been a coin flip, but I do think that once he gets going, and this is something where you look at the tempo, you look at the pace, he's going to have to run the floor. It plays to his advantage. I think he's going to have to be very active in this game. So I think that Chet Holmgren gets into the 30 club for points, rebounds, and assists. And at minus 110, it's going to be a bet that I'm going to look to make. Okay. Next, one player that I do want to kind of single out here. Okay. And this is where we're going to find in the player props market. We're going to look into the market here for a player that's going to get a little bit more minutes, okay? And this is Obi Toppin. So let's bring up his stats, okay? From a point perspective, if we look in his last 5 games, okay? Now, please keep this in mind. He had 11 and 18 in his last 2 games out against the Knicks. There has been some injuries, okay? So he is getting more minutes. You look at his minutes uptick. He's going up to 25 minutes in that last game against New York. He had 17.6 in the game before. So those have been on a fairly steady incline since the 14 that he did have back on the 25th. And I think that on the road, this is something where he looks to potentially get over his point total. But I'm not going to get involved with him in terms of points. For me, guys, and the Obi Toppin props, I like the rebounds, okay? So we want to look at it at 3.5 at plus 130. I'm going to make this bet, okay? So Obi Toppin over 3.5 points. I'm sorry, over 3.5 rebounds at plus money, plus 130. I think he gets a little bit more minutes. I think he's going to have to play a lot more with what the Thunder roll out. They got those 2 7-footers. I think he's going to have to be very active. The Indiana Pacers don't really have anybody that can play and match up well, in my personal opinion, outside of him, and maybe what we get from Miles Turner. But I think that with the potential for fouls, with the potential for potential blowouts, second rotations coming in, getting more minutes, I just like Obi Toppin quite a bit here in his rebound prop. So let's go over the total 3.5 rebounds at plus 130. Okay. And that'll wrap it up. Those are my best bets. Appreciate you guys. Let me know your thoughts and comments. What do you guys be betting for this game? Just a little quick recap. We're going Pacers team total over 109.5, full game total over 230. And then we will be taking the Oklahoma City Thunder minus 4.5 in the first half. And I do like the Obi Toppin. We're going to be in that at over 3.5 rebounds at plus 130. And then Chet Holmgren, we're going to take him over in terms of his points, rebounds, and assists over 27.5 at minus 110 if you find that out there in the market. So those are my best bets. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Good luck with your tickets. Enjoy the game. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.